Alright, Eric Muller here, and welcome to another Success Mini Coaching video. And today I want to share with you how to thrive during difficult times. And there are 4 steps that you can take to thrive even during these times. We know the economy is tough, times are tough, but is it possible to really thrive during these times? Now, if you ask most people, the answer to that question is it is not possible. But I have a different view. And so I want to share with you how you can make that one happen. So the first step you need to take is, first of all, you have to believe that it's possible you can thrive during these times. Because if you don't believe that is possible, there's no way that you're going to make it possible. And let me tell you what belief does. First of all, belief controls your focus and your actions. What you believe it is possible, that is what you focus on. If you believe that something is not possible, you will never focus on how can I make it happen. You will focus on the fact that it is not possible, and you never even dare try. But if you believe something is possible, then you focus on how can I make it happen. So belief controls your focus. Now, what does focus do? Focus determines your action. Let me be very specific. If you focus on I can thrive during these times, you will ask yourself, what can I do really to thrive at these times? And then you're going to take the necessary action that you need to take to be able to thrive. Focus creates feelings or emotions, and emotions control our actions. So you need to create those emotions or these feelings that it is possible that I can do this. Once you create those feelings or those emotions, then you are going to be prompted to take the necessary action to make it happen. So step number 1, you have to believe that it's possible to thrive during these times. Now, what is step number 2? Now, step number 2 is to develop a belief that every crisis, every difficulty times, it creates opportunities. All crises, difficult times, they create opportunities. Because again, if you don't believe that, if you don't develop that belief that crisis or during difficult times it presents or comes with it presents an opportunity to you, what is going to happen? You're going to be like anyone else. You look at what is happening around and you say we are going through crisis, and so there are no opportunities. And those are the stories that you hear every day. The media will tell you, the economy is going to the tanks, there are no opportunities. So you have to develop the belief that every crisis presents with it opportunities. Once you develop that belief, then you're going to focus on, so what are the opportunities during these times? Where are the opportunities? Once you start focusing on where the opportunities, you're going to see opportunities. And before I even continue, let me give you an example. You remember back during COVID-19, it was one of the toughest times, not just in the country, but around the world. But I want to give you some businesses that started during those times and they became thriving business. Because I want to show you it is possible to thrive when times are tough. Think about companies like Zoom. During those times, Zoom meant one of the highest sales since that company started. And let me give you another example. We have companies like Viusasa. When did the Viusasa start? It started during those times. And what these companies were doing is they were solving a problem during those tough times. So a company like Viusasa, the entertainment, the travel and tour company that we now see, they started during those times. Let me give you another example. We have another business like home workout business. When did they start? They started during COVID, and they become a huge businesses even to date. So it is possible that you can thrive during crisis. It is possible that you can thrive during tough times. I'll give you another actually very simple Juakali business. You remember a story that was heard in the media? There was this gentleman who invented beds, very special beds that would support or be used by those patients who were suffering from COVID-19. And he really meant very good beds, and he sold those beds to different hospitals. So he knew even though times are tough, there are opportunities in this crisis, and he focused on what can I do What can I, where's the problem that I can solve during these times? And he came up with great beds, very special beds that were able to support patients, and he really meant good money. So it is possible you can thrive during tough times. But like step number 2 says, you have to believe that there are opportunities, that every crisis presents an opportunity. Once you develop that belief, then the next thing is obvious. Your brain will go into, okay, where are the opportunities during these times? So I'm going to pose a question to you before I even go to the rest of the steps. If it's possible that you can thrive during tough times, my question to you is, what are the opportunities during these times? Can you spot any opportunity? Now, I was listening to someone, and they said something that I found very interesting. They say this: the Chinese do not have word for crisis. In fact, the word for crisis for Chinese is opportunity. So when you say to a Chinese person that it's during crisis times, what they hear and understand is it's during opportunity time. And that's why the Chinese people, they thrive during crisis. So a little shift in understanding that every crisis presents an opportunity. I believe that if times are tough, when everyone is running away, here are opportunities for me. Once you develop that belief, it is possible to find what the opportunities are, and then you start thriving. Now, let me give you one simple distinction that is going to help you. When you look back at those companies that thrive during those times, how did they thrive? Viusasa, companies like Home Workouts, companies like that gentleman who developed or came up with very special beds, companies like Zoom. How did they thrive? They looked for a problem during that crisis, and they found a way to solve it. And that's how you do it. Once you believe that there are opportunities here, you ask yourself, what are the problems? That's step number 3. What are the problems that I can solve right now? What can I do? What are the opportunities? What are the solutions that can bring to the people that will improve the quality of their lives, that will make their lives better during those times? Because that is how you thrive. You don't thrive by taking advantage of people. You thrive by solving problems, making their lives better during those tough times. So once you develop the belief that it's possible that I can do this, the second belief that this crisis presents to me opportunities, the third step is ask yourself, what are the problems that I can solve? Remember Home Workout? They solved a problem. People were living at home. They didn't have anything to do. People were stressed, so they thought, okay, what if we bring workout at their very homes so that we can reduce stress? That solved a problem for them. I remember a company like Zoom. You know, we had those what you call social distance, people were not interacting. And they thought, okay, how can we still make people connected even when the world is shut down? They solved a problem, and they were able to make one of the huge sales. Think of that gentleman who came up with special bed. He thought, okay, now we have patients in the hospital, they need special beds. What can I do to solve that problem? And he came up very special beds and really meant good business. That is how you think during tough times. That is how you change the way you think. You look at what are the problems that I can solve. So that is the step number 4. What are the problems that I can solve? So what are the problems that can you solve at this time? When the economy is not good, when everyone is saying there are no jobs, there are no businesses, what can you solve for people that will improve the quality of their lives? Because if you find that problem and you start solving that problem, people will come to you and you'll be able to start a thriving business. So once you go to the third step and ask yourself, what are the problems that I can solve? Once you discover that problem, you go to the final step. You implement. You start solving that problem. Once you start solving that problem, people will come to you for your solutions. And that is how you start a thriving business. That is how you can thrive during tough times. Now, the most important thing that I want you to understand in this video is this: changing the way you think. If you think like the masses, that, you know, times are tough, there's no money, business are crumbling down, if you focus on that, that is what you're gonna get. But if you focus on, yes, it's times of crisis, but there are problems, and that means there are opportunities presented to me. So what are the opportunities? how can I solve people's problems during this time? If you focus on that and you find what those problems are and you start solving those problems, you are guaranteed to make good business, helping people improve the quality of their lives. Listen, it is possible to thrive, but you have to change the way you're thinking. One of the things I've come to discover is our beliefs controls most part of our lives. What you focus on is what you get. Now, this saying that says, "Seek and you will find," and whatever you're looking for, whatever you focus is, if you focus on problems, you're going to feel powerless, you're going to feel hopeless, you're going to feel like there's no way out for me. But if you say, "I know there's a way out, I know there's a solution in this, I know there's a way that I can thrive in this," and you focus on that, you will find a problem that you can solve. Once you solve a problem, then you will be able to start a thriving business. Now, one of the things that I hear people say is when you listen to most people, people will tell you that you want to start a business, come up with a business idea. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I find two problems with that concept. Because think about it. Problem number one, when you sit down to come up with a business idea, first of all, how many ideas can you come up with? Very many of them. And then you're going to have to sort out those ideas to determine which one can give me a thriving business. Now, is it possible to have a great business idea and that you start on that idea and that idea does not generate significant income? Of course, yes. So my approach to starting a business is totally different. Instead of thinking, coming up with business ideas, millions of them, and trying to sort them out, the question you need to ask yourself is, okay, what problem am I able to solve? Instead of, let me come up with business ideas and then sort them out and determine which one that I can use to start a business. The key question you need to ask yourself at this time is, what problems that people have, people in my community, people around the country? Because I'll tell you one thing, business is solving people's problems, period, nothing else. If you find a way to solve a problem and you solve it for people, they'll pay you. So rather than ask yourself, let me come up with business ideas, you ask yourself, what is the problem that people have right now that I have the skills, the special knowledge, and the experience that I can solve? Once you find that problem, you solve that problem and you are in business. That's the easiest way to start a business and to start a thriving business. Because I'll tell you one thing, if you're able to solve my problems and they are really hurting problems, I'm willing to pay. Okay, if you start a business, you come up with a business idea and start a business that doesn't really solve a problem that's pushing me or that's hurting me, I may not be able to pay for that. People will pay if you ease their pains. People will pay if you help them eliminate something that is hurting them. So focus on a problem that people have, solve that problem, and you are in business. So I want you to follow those 4 steps. Let me recap them again as I went up on this video. Step number 1 is you have to believe that it is possible you can thrive during these tough times. And step number 2, you have to develop the belief that every crisis and every difficulty presents itself an opportunity. So are we in a crisis? Great. We have opportunities. Okay? So that's when you shift your feelings, because when you focus on the crisis part of it, you're going to feel powerless. And when you're feeling powerless, you can't be resourceful enough to come up with solutions. So once you shift your thinking, are we in crisis? Our times are tough? Great. Here are opportunities for me. Then you focus on what are the opportunities. And step number 3, what is the problem that I can solve during these tough times? Solve that problem. When you start solving that problem, you are into business. And that is how you can thrive during these tough times. Now, I want to wind up this one by giving you an assignment, because I want you to take action right now. It's possible you can listen to this or watch this video and just walk away, and it's going to be like any other video that you've watched. But if you really want to make a difference, you really want to take actions to change your life, you got to master taking action. And so I'm going to give you an assignment for this video, and this is what I want you to do. First of all, I want you to determine, I want you to look at your friends, whether it's your colleagues at workplace or the community where you live or around the country, and I want you to ask yourself, what are the problems that I see that I can solve? Problem that I have the skills, I have the experience, I have special knowledge, I have the expertise to solve. Identify that problem. That is your action step number 1. Identify what that problem is. And action step number 2, I want you to go and implement solution to that problem. If you do that, you're going to be in business. At a very short period of time, during what people are thinking it's half times, you can create a thriving business. So I want you to go and take those 2 steps. If you do that, you find yourself in business that you never thought it is possible. And finally, if you find this mini success video coaching important and valuable to you, I want you to think about, if this content is valuable, if this content is helping you right now, and just a free content, think about the value that you offer when you come to work with us. We can coach you on how to think different. We can coach you on how to see distinctions that can help you create the results that you want. We can help you on how to control your mental focus and focus on those things that will empower you to come out of difficult times. We can coach you on how to start a business. We can coach you on how to create a business and the distinctions you need to follow to create massive breakthrough in your life. Listen, oftentimes you think things are tough and some things are difficult, but things are not as difficult as you think. All you need to do is, first of all, change the way you think, change what you focus on, change your perspective, and learn a few distinctions here and there. And once you learn those distinctions, you can always see an opportunity where people are seeing crisis. So if you think this video has been valuable to you, we invite you to reach out to us and work with us, and we can coach you how to become a success. My obsession life has been looking at what are the little simple changes that people can make and create massive breakthrough, whether that is in business, whether that is in their career or in their life. We're going to coach you through how to do that. Thank you for watching this video. What I want you to do right now is, I want you to share this video. I want you to leave a very positive comment. I want you to like the video, and let's help. When you share this video, it's able to reach out to many people. We want to help as many people as we can to improve the quality of their life. So thank you for watching this video. Leave a very positive comment, and I encourage you, look at other videos that you have that will help you and assist you during these times, tough times, to improve the quality of your life and to start thriving. Thank you, and have a great day.